So welcome to the next installment of our training sessions. This being how to navigate a very rich document or email that uses headings and links and all sorts of other things. And how to do it on a PC with JAWS and NVDA, or JAWS or NVDA. And I'm not sure how we start this thing except to maybe take the pulse of the room and figure out where everybody is coming from so that we know where to start from, so that we start at the level of the lowest, the most need, the least technical need, and go up from there. Does that sound reasonable?
Yep.
Okay, so how do we want to do this? I don't want to put people on the spot, so
Well,
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Linda. I have no difficulty navigating through Tuesday tidbits or Monday morsels, whatever, using the headings in the email. I haven't tried the attachment, so to see if that works as well. So I don't really know where I'm starting from. I came today just to see if there's anything more than I can learn.
Okay, and so that you understand that we are here to make sure that people who need to learn lots, learn lots. So welcome, but but if you know the stuff, please remain quiet.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. Next person. Yeah. Okay.
I'm starting from nowhere. I have the tidbits email open on another computer. I did try to open it up in Word and couldn't go anywhere in Word at all, but it looks like the document is going to work. And I'm purposefully not using my 2007 computer because I know that that's not where I'm headed. So I've got the laptop open with the tidbits, and if I were to go into Word, it would be 365.
Perfect.
All right. Louise, Rita, or who am I missing? No, it's just Louise or Rita. Right.
Okay. I can manage quite nicely with the email. Not so much in the Word document, but also I'm good with JAWS, not so much with NVDA. So I
Okay.
think anything that anybody says about NVDA, I'll be quite new at it. So
Okay, well, we're not here to
anyway.
teach NVDA, so it's for
Yeah.
people who already use it. If you
Yeah,
want to
okay.
learn NVDA, that's a different story, and I'd be happy to teach you. But if you're a JAWS user now and you have no reason to not be anymore, then if it's not broken, why fix it?
Right. Okay.
Right? Okay. All right. Louise, you told us before, but
okay, I can do the document. I mean, I can do the email, but the document, and that's why I just went and opened. So I'm going to work with the document to figure out what I'm doing wrong with that.
okay, well, there's one little thing that you have to do to deal with the document, and that's turn it into a web page. And is it Insert Z that does that?
Oh, that turns
Diana?
quick navigation, quick keys on, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to play with headings in the document while we go through the email, Louise, you can do Insert Z and see if that turns it so that you can use H for headings and see if it will move that way. Because that's the one tiny thing that, and Rita, you said you had the same issue that you could do the email, but you couldn't do the Word document.
Yeah,
That's probably yours too. Is insert Z to turn it into where the navigation keys will actually be navigation keys and not try to type H's everywhere. Or as I do every once in a while, I want to move to a link and I forget to do insert the NVDA spacebar and I end up typing K's everywhere. So I totally understand that. Okay.
I just opened, sorry, Marcia, I just opened the Word document as well because anyway, and you
Well,
said,
once you get into one of these, it's the same for both. So pick one and it's insert Z, Pat, to
okay,
try and get it into, I think that's the right key. It does sound like the right keystroke.
It said, it gave me a message, you're in whatever mode you're in, so yeah.
Okay, so if you hit H, Louise, does it move to the next heading? And read it?
Yep, heading one,
Okay.
table, yep, okay.
Okay. So so then we'll stop there with that. So now everybody has a version of Tuesday tidbits in front of them, whether it's the email or the Word document, does not matter, really. And I just need to get to one, and I have way too many windows open.
What the
Oh.
other thing that does work with JAWS in the Word document, if and the insert Z is a quick key. So when you want to get out of that, you want to do insert Z again to turn it off because it's a toggle. But you can also do insert F6 and it puts all of your headings in a list and you can read up and down them with up and down arrows and then press enter on the one you want.
Okay, so you said, what was that command again?
Insert or
Yeah.
whatever your JAWS quick key is. So if you've changed it on a laptop,
Yep.
for example, to caps
Okay.
lock,
Okay.
if you press insert with F6 and then use your up and down arrows, and it'll even tell you what level of heading it is.
Nice. Wow. JAWS takes
yeah,
care of
okay.
the JAWS takes care of your table of contents. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it does. And so then
Wow.
you press enter if you want to move to any of those headings once you've found the one you want.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Marcy, but
No, not a problem. That's okay. And then obviously there's insert F7 as a links list. Now, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking that a links list in Monday Morsels, Tuesday Tidbits is not necessarily a good thing.
no.
Because most of the links in that particular email document, whatever, are Zoom links, and they would be totally out of context. And it would just, I, I wouldn't even advise it. It would not be, I think the list of headings is fantastic. But I wouldn't advise trying a links list on this particular email unless Diana starts putting them in like as hot links.
I don't know
So
how
that,
to do that, which is why I haven't done it
No.
yet. But the
Oh,
other
That's, I
thing is,
think, a little bit advanced for what we're here for tonight.
no,
yeah,
that's
but
true,
that's
But that's
why
what
I'm
we weren't going to do,
saying.
Marcy. That's what
No,
I
no,
wasn't going
but
to
this
do.
is what I'm saying is that you shouldn't try using the links list, which is a JAWS thing, and it's a thing that a lot of people like, because I hear it all the time that people use the links list. So I'm just as a suggestion that I wouldn't suggest using it in Monday Morsels, Tuesday Tidbits.
the only place it might work, I have used it, is if you're in an article within Monday Morsels, and then when you do insert F7, it leaves you in that article. And then the links that are in that article I've tried them and they often work.
So are we looking at the email or the
It doesn't
attachment?
matter.
It
Because
doesn't matter.
well, you have to push different things to do what you're
No.
gonna do.
No,
No,
no, not at all. H for
Okay.
heading and
I know, but I'm in the email, but what
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
talking about right now with the attachment is what I wanted to learn. But you said, you know, anyway, so are we gonna, I need to go there first then and do that.
if
No.
that's it,
Can we not just go through one and then the other?
no, because they're the same. They're exactly the same, Linda. Once you open the Word document and press Insert Z, your
Yeah,
Word
but that's the piece
document.
I haven't done and I haven't opened it, so
Okay, so why
I
don't
can't
you
practice
okay.
that. So why do we
So
all
why
work
don't
on
you
the same? Yeah.
No,
you
it
can do
doesn't.
it in the email.
Well, the
Well, then I
insert.
don't do insert Z in the email.
You
So
could.
So
I don't need
yeah,
to.
but you could practice that keystroke if that's all you're
Mhm.
gonna like. That's the only thing that's different, Linda. And the fact that the Word document has a table of contents, which you can skip completely just by hitting H.
I
So
just wanted
that's
to know what I needed to have open to learn something
it.
today, which would be the Word document, obviously,
So
because
that
that's
if,
something I'm not familiar with.
but it's the same. So if you'd want, if we can wait while you open the Word document, that's not a problem. Let's get everybody where they want to be.
Mhm.
But they are the same. They are exactly the same. The same navigation that you use in the email, you use in the Word document.
Except
Once
for
you get,
except the insert Z.
yeah, which turns the Word document into a web page. That's all it does. It just gives you the access
Sorry,
to
I
those
can't
quick keys.
find it and talk at the same time. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Just a question, because I know Lisa's quiet in the
Hang
background.
on, hang on, Louise.
Okay.
Sorry.
There it is. Found it. Okay, I'm in.
Okay,
Thank
all
you.
right, so can I just see what Louise's question
Yeah,
is and then
and
we'll,
for Lisa's sake, because I know she's most likely not asking, but she's an NVDA user, so is there anything if she was to open the document on the computer, she would have to do to get quick keys, or can she not?
she just needs to press whatever her NVDA key is. So if it's her caps lock and the space bar. So instead of JAWS key Z, it's NVDA key space bar. And she'll hear a beep and she'll be able to hit H for heading and K for link and it'll work like a web page.
Okay, thank you. Just because I know she
So,
couldn't maybe want
yeah.
to speak up.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. That's the only difference. And NVDA has an elements list, which to be totally honest, I have never gotten it to work properly. And I haven't spent time worrying about it. But if she has any specific questions, since she's the only NVDA user on this call other than me, she can send them to me. And I'll answer them. But it's NVDA spacebar. Is the same as JAWS key Z. Okay, so Linda, if you press insert whatever your JAWS key is and the letter Z.
Yeah, I'm in. I've
Uh,
got whatever it's called, the mode on. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So now everybody is where they want to be.
Mhm.
So Pat, since you are starting at the beginning, let's make sure that you get something out of this, and by osmosis, I think everybody else will follow along and it'll keep it real. So,
I
if you
went
open,
back. I went back to the email because I was having trouble with the Word one. So I'm in the
okay,
yeah.
okay, what kind of trouble, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know. We've talked since then, so I'm not sure what kind of trouble, whether it was reading right or not.
Okay, all
Sorry.
right. That's okay. We'll deal with that later. Okay, so if you're in the email, so if since most of you is that's where you are, let me just get there. Okay. All right, I give up. I'll use the Word document. So at the top of the email is just, is Diana's little message saying hi,
Yes.
basically. And you can read that simply just, arrowing down. This is another email. I wouldn't suggest just hitting say all because I think that would just be really overwhelming. But if
Yeah.
you wanted to do that, it's JAWS key down arrow, isn't it? Or is it JAWS key up
Yeah.
arrow? JAWS key down
No,
arrow.
it's down. That'll read everything.
So again, insert or caps lock. Down arrow will just make it start reading, and you may or may not want to do that. Otherwise, you hit H for heading, and it will take you to the first heading in the email or in the Word document. And I'm not
Table
sure
of
if they are the
contents.
same. Are they both the same?
No, there's no table of contents in the email because it was confusing people. So I pulled it out.
Right. Okay, so in the Word document, for those of you who are there, the first heading will be table of contents. And if you don't want to deal with that, which you don't have to, just hit H again, and you'll get to this week's chat links, which I believe is the first heading in the email.
Got
is.
it. Got it.
Okay, so this week's chat links is, as it says, this week's chat links. If that's not what you are interested in, there are two things you can do. One, all the main headings are level 2, and all the subheadings are level 3. So this week's chat links is heading level 2. If you're not interested in this week's chat links, you can hit the number 2, and it will go to the next heading level 2, which is important AEBC dates for February.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
You
Yep.
you could have also hit the letter H, but the letter H would have gotten you first of all to the level 3, which is the first chat link, which is the BC one. And then it would have taken you to the Friday night chat. So by hitting level 2, you skip both of those. If you know darn that you're sure that you're not interested in this week's chat links. Okay? So just a tip on headings. So 2 is the main heading for the section. 3 is you're going to be your individual subheadings. Okay? So 2 and 3 in this particular scenario, in this particular email, the way it's always formatted. Now you're gonna find every once in a while a blank. So it'll say heading level 3 and nothing else. And that's because sometimes there's a carriage return that accidentally ends up as part of the heading. And just hit 3 again or hit H again, and just pass it. It's not that you're going to miss anything. It's that
No.
there shouldn't have been a carriage return there. It just got it somehow ended up as part of the heading. And sighted people do that too, I've got to tell you. I've looked at documents that have been created by sighted people, and they have these carriage returns that show up everywhere or not. How how are we doing so far? Let's take the pulse of the room.
We're good.
How are we doing? Okay. Rita, how are you doing? Are you muted, Rita? I'm not in my Zoom.
Yeah, sorry, I had muted because I had the phone
Not a
ringing,
problem.
so
Oh, that's okay.
uh,
That's all right.
anyway, but no, I'm doing okay. And yeah, okay, great, thanks. No, I'm doing fine.
Okay, so 2 and 3 makes sense. H makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. So let's see what else have we got.
Backwards?
Right, backwards. Anything in Windows when you go forwards, usually 99 times out of 100 to go backwards, you use the shift key. So it's the same in Word if you put if you want a tab somewhere or anywhere, and you want to go backwards, you shift tab. So your number 2, your number 3, your H, all of those, if you want to go backwards, so up the document rather than down it, you hit shift and the H, or shift and the 2, or shift and the 3, depending on where you're going to go. There is one heading number 1 in the Word document, and that's at the very top. Actually, no, it's the table of contents title.
Yeah.
I lied. So for those of you in the Word document, if you wanted to do shift 1, it would take you back to the only heading 1 in the document, which is the table of contents. And if you think that there's a heading, oh, did someone just unmute or something? No? Okay.
Okay.
If you think there's another heading 1 and you hit the 1 again, it'll say no next heading at level 1. JAWS should say the same thing or something like that. So there should be verbal confirmation that, hey, there isn't any more. What else? That's the bare bones of navigating this email is
You
the
can do
heading.
lists. You can
Oh,
do lists too.
okay.
If you wanted to. With JAWS, you can do L and go wherever I've got bullets or A's, B's, C's, D's, or
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
show up as a list. So you can do L and get to the first thing in this, which is where it's talking about moving through the 4 level headings, and it's JAWS because it doesn't tell you that because what it is a heading. So if you do it, you're going to, if you go to the top of your document with Control Home and hit L, the first thing you'll see is move through the 4 levels of headings as follows, actually. And then if you had hit L again and not read that A, you'd go to the first bullet, which tells you to on your computer, I got lost. Okay, using JAWS, this is how you do it. And with NVDA, this is how you do it. That's the next. So you can move that way through lists or shift L backwards.
When I push L, it just says list of 1 item, list of 6 items. You then have to arrow, I guess, to the top of the list to see what it is. Because all mine says is list of the number of items in the list. That's all it says.
Okay,
Huh.
but no, what she's got her, you've got a
She's in the Word doc.
No, in the email.
In the email.
Yeah, no, what it is that you've got your verbosity level set to beginner, most likely. And so what it does is it's telling you whenever you come to a list. So before it's adding verbiage, it's adding extra lines of things that you have to read.
So then I would have to arrow down once to find out what that list was. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a concern with that because sometimes I'm just playing with it in NVDA because it does that too. Except what in the world? I just got into a mess. What in the world happened there?
Maybe I messed it up. My formatting is not perfect. I will be the first to admit, and maybe we should have picked a perfect document that had no.
Well, I was going to say before that we're not going to pick on you because boy, there are some there are some spelling errors in there, like typos galore. There's one line that's just incredible, but I like I said, that we're not here to do that.
Well, sometimes I check them and sometimes it's really, really late. And that's not a good excuse,
No, that's
but it
okay.
happens.
Yeah, that's all right. I just had to reload NVDA because it decided that it didn't like me. Okay, there we go. All right, back to this. So let me try that. Oh,
It worked when I arrowed down one. It took me to the top, like the number one or the first bullet or
Yep,
whatever of the
perfect.
list.
yeah,
Yep, so
and
it worked. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not working well for me with NVDA. So I'm not going to recommend Lisa try that. And my only concern with that is that you may come into a situation where where you're out of context because it's taking you to the list of things rather than necessarily to the title that you need to know that makes the list make
Makes sense.
sense. Does that make like
Yeah,
I
that's
hope I'm
true.
trying to, so using list may not help. It may confuse things a little more. I think safest in this document is headings. If you can master that, then you can whip through the document and decide what you want to read and what you don't want to read because they're very specific. So, honestly, that would be the best in my opinion, and I'm not not perfect either.
And
But
I like
yeah,
the fact that they're numbered because then you know you've gone to the next one because it's the next number, right? You haven't missed something. So that's good.
okay, well, that's good. All right. Where do we want to go from here, Diana?
I had a feeling that this would go fairly quickly, much quicker than our other sessions because um, just the way the computer is easier than the iPhone and the rotor. So I had a feeling that that would happen. Well, I'm not sure, but what you should know, and it's not good in this item, but if you're in another document or when we get to forms and things, you can go for T for table once you have that on. Now, it won't work here because I purposely have not put any tables in Monday morsels. Many of the emails try to make me put them in, and I take a lot of time to not. But that is another one you can use if you're in a if you're in a form, you can do E and go to the next edit field. And this is for a later lesson, but we may as well talk about them in terms of they're there. B for button, like all those things are useful on a web page, right?
One thing
And
I just noticed, I went into the Word document to try and do what we've just done in the and if I go out of it and go back in, I have to do the insert Z again.
You
Yes,
do, yeah,
yes.
every
Okay.
time, yeah.
Every time, yeah, I kept getting
Yeah.
H's put in there. Yeah, so if
Yeah.
you leave the document, you got to put that Z, that insert Z in again to go back to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. That is very true. And NVDA will sometimes can keep that setting and sometimes not. So
Yeah.
if you put an H, if you hit H and you don't hear your headings, you realize, oh, I'm
Yep.
not in the right
It just
mode.
says H.
Yeah, I'm not in the right mode.
I love insert Z.
Yeah, I needed to relearn what the keystroke was, and now it's in my head. But yes, I remember when they first input that when they first created that, and it was another
Mhm.
keystroke, which I can't remember, but it was always great for things that you all of a sudden needed to be able to navigate. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if it still works on dialog boxes where you all of a sudden only have an okay that your
Oh.
cursor is stuck on, and you need to read what's above it to figure out why you're going to be hitting okay. And I think insert Z should work there, but I'm not sure.
I thought insert B would
That would
tell
read
you what
it.
was in the dial. Yeah, it would read it.
Yeah,
It
that
would
would
read
read it, but you couldn't navigate it. And sometimes when you hit one of those OK buttons, there's an error message and you need to
Oh,
figure out
okay.
what the error message, and it might have like a long line of something that you need to copy so that you can,
Send
you know,
it
take
somewhere.
it somewhere else. Yeah, and I think it used to be insert W or something funky like that. But I'm not sure if insert Z will work in
I
that.
will look it up and let people know what
Yeah,
it is, because
that's
I
it.
can't think of it now either. I should, but
Yeah, the next time it happens to me, if I'm using JAWS, I will try insert Z and see if that works.
yeah.
Now I'm
But
in
okay.
I'm in the Word document and I'm now trying L. And
Mhm.
it is taking me to the first item in the list, and it isn't saying list of 6 items or whatever. It isn't saying
Right.
it in the document. So I don't think
So,
it's a setting of my computer. 'Cause it would,
it might be. Oh, it's you know what? If it's doing it in the email, but
Yeah.
not in the document,
yeah,
it's a verbosity setting to do with web pages and what speaks and what doesn't.
okay,
Mhm.
that's
Um,
fine. They're
yeah,
different. It doesn't matter that they're
yeah.
different. Yeah,
But it
But
still
it,
basically works.
it works. Yeah.
yeah, but again, it may take you to something that's totally out of context that
Mhm.
it may not help you in the sense of going from one section to another. It'll take
No,
you
No.
like you wouldn't know what you missed is what I'm saying,
exactly.
and
Mhm.
what you
Mhm.
need to know to make that list logical and yeah. Louise, we haven't heard from you in a while. How are you doing there?
I'm playing around with trying to work with different commands to see if I'm figuring them out, and it's starting to hit my brain, and you know, trying to make, because everybody has their jaws set to different,
Mhm.
information. So yeah, and I keep it, sort of a medium. So it's actually working really well. This makes more sense.
So you're using, I can't remember, were you going to use the Word document?
Yes, I'm using the
Yeah.
document,
Okay.
and
So you,
I had the question I had, and I thought, oh, it's not worth to this call, so I won't ask it, and I'll wait for later.
Okay. Oh dear, now you've
well,
got us.
yeah, now you've got me curious. So I
Okay,
think
so what my question is, we're talking the insert Z. Does that work on websites too?
you don't need
Mm,
it on
no.
websites because JAWS automatically puts it into that mode
Oh,
when
does
you
it?
go
Oh, okay.
onto a
That's why I wanted
website.
clarification. Okay.
Yeah. So when you hit H on a website, it will automatically go to a heading. If that's where the whole issue about editing comes from, where Diana says if you're in a form, you have to do.
Did we lose Marcy?
I think
We
so.
did. We lost Marcy, and I don't know where she went. I wonder how long it'll take her to figure out we haven't that we lost her.
Well, she'll hear us talking and
I hope so.
and ignoring her.
Yes.
So I went back to the Word document
Mhm.
and I did that insert Z, and
Mhm.
it said quick keys on. So is that what it's
Perfect.
supposed to
Yep.
say? Okay,
Yeah.
good. And
Yep.
then when you press the insert Z again,
It
there's
says quick keys off.
off. Okay, thanks.
But if you put it on and then do H, you'll move by heading.
Right, okay, I'll try that.
Hi. Sorry
good,
about
you
that.
came back.
Yeah, we got you back.
Well, what happened was, remember I said, oh, my computer's doing something weird. And all I was hearing was a close button. Well, that was my low battery warning,
Oh, dear.
Oops.
which of course I didn't hear properly because it didn't say what it usually says.
Right.
And so my computer decided it needed to go away.
You had to charge it. Yeah.
So I just jumped on my phone as soon as it happened. As soon as I heard secure desktop, and I'm like, oh my God, okay. So I jumped on my phone because I really don't need my computer. And I will bring it back up to life as I'm talking to everybody. But where did we get to? So Louise, you're good.
Yep.
Pat, you're doing okay.
Yeah, while you were gone, she got insert Z to work on her document.
Word document. Yeah, I did.
Perfect.
Just remember, Pat, if you go out of that and go back in, you have to do the insert Z again.
And you actually, when you want to actually write in your document, like if you're editing a document and you want to skim your document by headings because you put them all in, you're going to have to do insert Z to turn quick keys off if you
So
want
that
to edit more.
Okay.
Because what it's done is it's taken you out of, that's why you're not getting H's in your documents when you do H, because it's changed that way of working with your computer.
Okay.
So it's like a toggle, off and on, quick keys.
Yep.
So really, it's really what you're calling it, an edit field in a listening review mode. Really, it comes down because when you're not in Alt Z, I mean insert Z, you're in edit field. When you're in it,
Not
you're in
edit.
list. You're
You can edit it. You can edit.
you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called, I think NVDA calls it browse mode, the one where the quick keys work. And JAWS has I think they call it is it virtual?
Virtual cursor. And that's why when you go into the web page, it'll sometimes say virtual cursor on, because it's doing it for you.
okay. So learn something new.
Or sort of doing it for you. Yeah, virtual PC cursor, it says. And you can there's occasional places on a website when they're not very accessible, when the only way you can actually work with it is to turn that off, and then you would use insert Z. But that's way beyond this lesson too. But if you ever find that a web page isn't working, you can try turning that off and see if it works better in JAWS.
What else have we got? It's going to be interesting to see if the quality of my voice changes on this recording, since I'm now using my phone. Which I hope is coming through okay.
It sounds the
You
same.
sound fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine.
All right. What else gives everybody grief with these emails? So it's time for if there's something that we haven't covered that you always find with these particular emails that's confusing or that doesn't work, or like yeah, guess that's my question. Have we covered everything? Like, if with what with what we've done today, could you now, do you think, go through Tuesday tidbits and find something? I mean, I don't want to do an aptitude test, but I could go through and find something and just tell you to find it.
Are there
But
are there any links in this week?
Oh God, yeah. Tons.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's tons.
So I'd like to test out and see if that works.
Okay, what do you want to test exactly?
Well, I'm just gonna see if I can, if the link takes me where I think it should. It probably
Okay.
does, but I just want to, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
most of them-
should I do, is it better to do it when you're dealing with links, or does it matter if you do it from the document or the email? Should it
Doesn't
matter?
matter. No,
Okay,
Mm-mm.
so
no.
I will stay in the email here and, in the document and see if I can find a link.
And the
Okay.
thing is with the document, if you are not in this virtual mode, when you hit enter on a link, it could just put an enter key, an enter, like move it to the next line. So if you're going to hit a link from a document, it works much better if you're in this insert Z, this virtual mode.
Oh, but you don't have to be.
No, but like I
No.
said, there are times when it works a heck of a lot better.
Okay, I found a link. I'm gonna go there.
Now, if it's a Zoom, one of
Yeah.
the Zoom links,
Let's hope it's not.
yeah, let's hope it's not. A good one to go to would be the Eventbrite list for the BC trivia, because we could just close that website once it goes there. Because I know that one works. I tested it. My computer did something weird and it threw me out of my file, but other than that.
This is the payment for the membership, I think is the link I found.
Yeah,
Ah,
It's
okay.
not taking me there.
it didn't. Well,
Okay, membership. Hang on. Let me just go find the
I
membership.
tested it a couple weeks ago, but maybe I screwed it up since. I'm like I said, there's times when I think somebody else should do this newsletter.
Okay, are you looking at the link, Linda, that's called visit this online form to process your payment?
No,
What link?
hang on, let me listen. Oh, for an accessible online form for processing, yes.
Okay, so just a minute.
That's when sometimes I bring up the links list and go to activate with tab when
That
I
one-
found the link.
Okay, that one goes to Canada Helps.
Yeah, it does. Good.
So where is it taking you, Linda?
Okay, well, you see, it's saying visit this link for, well, that's not the actual link, that's the word link. Okay,
No, actually, there is the whole link is called visit this link for an accessible form. The whole thing is
okay.
it's just a very long link name.
How are you getting to them? Are you tabbing to them, Linda, or are you bringing up a list of links?
No, arrowing.
Oh,
Ah, okay.
Ah.
Arrowing, you need to remember that not all links are going to be at the beginning of the line.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, I've
This-
got I've got to the beginning of the word.
A
Okay, it
better
goes
way to
link,
move links.
link, fit, it says link, visit.
Yeah,
So-
that's where you start.
Yeah,
Is visit.
and I arrow over one to the I because I know it doesn't always do it if you're on the first letter. That's something I've discovered. So I'm now on the I of visit, and now I'm going to go enter.
Okay. And it should take you to Canada Helps. Because
It's
that's
not
what it
taking
took
me
me.
anywhere. I'm still in the document.
Okay. So do you have a message? Oh, okay. Hang on. Did you are you where if you're still in the document, can you move your cursor to the left one and tell me if it's still on that I or if it's put an enter key, an enter.
No, it's on. It's on the V. I go one to the left. It says V because I went to the
Okay.
I.
Okay, so then try from the V.
Okay.
The other one I might say is do shift tab and tab to it, and it might work better.
No, it's
Because-
not going anywhere with that either.
All right, do your Alt tab and see if it's gone there, but JAWS just hasn't focused.
yeah.
Another possibility. Sometimes our screen readers don't move when our
No, I don't
Right.
see any, I don't see anything that's the website.
Okay, so go back to the Word document and do your
Okay.
insert Z again, because it probably took you out of that. And then do what Diana suggests and tab to the
So
link.
now I have, because I've gone out of it, I have to
Yeah, to do your
do it again.
insert
Okay,
Z
I'll do it
yeah.
again. Hang on. Quick keys are on. See what, I'm on the V.
Okay, okay, shift tab away from that and tab back. And when you tab back, then press enter.
But if I shift tab away from this
It'll
document and
take
back
you
to
to
it.
the previous link. I want to see.
Not all.
Well,
No,
no,
Oh, not
Alt
alt tab, shift tab,
No.
sorry, right, shift tab, okay. Hang on, why is it not talking?
Because it hates you. It's like,
Yeah, okay. Shift tab isn't doing anything,
That's odd.
that is.
or
very
JAWS isn't saying it's
Mm.
doing anything, let's put it that way.
See, I've never put the insert Z on when usually when I move by links, a down arrow is not as reliable as using tab to move from link to link.
Oh, tab
I
takes you
find.
from link to link?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go up to the top of the document.
I'm doing the same.
Okay,
And if you can,
And-
if that doesn't work with, oh no, you're
so I'm
in the
gonna do
Word
tab,
document.
right? And that should
Hmm?
take me to the first link?
It should actually, yeah, it should take you to where it says, yes.
Not taking me anywhere.
Are
Hmm.
you in the document or the
I'm in the
email?
document.
Okay, try turning insert Z off and do tab then.
Okay,
Oh,
Oh no, that'll move a tab. That'll just, yeah, that'll add a
yes,
tab.
it will. Yeah. Yeah, in the document it will. I was thinking,
okay, quick keys are on again. I've turned it off, but
Okay.
I've turned it back on.
mm-hmm, and tab isn't taking you.
No, tab's not working for NVDA and insert in my,
Okay,
that's wild.
try the insert F7 and get a list of links, although I'm a bit frightened to do that.
Insert F7.
F7.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Okay,
we can.
so I put the quick keys on
Mm-hmm.
and I did tab and it gets nothing.
Yeah,
Okay,
mine
that's
did.
what
But,
Linda.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've gone to the Even Bright one for the trivia, and I can't get the link to open either.
Okay.
I'm
And I
gonna
just
Click
did,
on the
I
document.
just did, whatever you said to do.
Insert F7, yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't, it's not talking.
Well, what if you do if you do insert F7 and then down arrow, is it saying anything?
Okay, hang on.
Like leave the insert F links list and then down arrow.
It's just reading the next line.
I think you turned the links list off because it's an off and on. So do insert F7 again.
Okay, insert 7.
Now go
Oh,
up
you
and
know
down.
what? I have
What?
to do my extra key.
Yes, you do. You have to
Ah,
do
that's
your
what it
function
is.
through.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've just realized.
Extra key.
What's
Okay.
the extra key?
Don't worry about it. It's
Yeah,
just
on
for me.
laptops, they have, no, it's not just you.
Oh.
If you have a laptop and you don't use your function keys a lot and you have them set to their alternate use, you have to hit the
Oh.
function key on the laptop to make it an F7 instead
Yeah,
of
and
whatever
that's
it
how-
is.
And that's how this computer came, and that's how I learned it. So
Oh my gosh, I
Oh,
turn
yeah,
that
it's
off
an
right
extra-
away. I love my.
I don't know how to
constant
turn it off, and nobody is, you know, they didn't seem to know how to do it in the store.
Well, I can
Anyways,
show you how to do it, but it's
that,
no big
no,
deal.
I don't want to turn, then I have to relearn all my, all my keystrokes. So would that be the reason why the tab key wasn't working?
No, it
It's
should
just the
not
function
be.
keys. Okay.
Yeah, that's something.
Okay, well, where'd it
Oh,
go?
but I don't
Okay.
know.
Insert function.
Okay, why am I not finding this link that I'm looking for?
I'm gonna
Because
see if the
maybe-
link, I'm gonna go back to the email and see if the links work there, because it's not working in the document for me.
Okay. Okay, Pat, you had a question.
There you go.
And
And
now,
hi, Marie, you popped in.
now I don't know what the question was.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
My,
okay, so mine worked that way. Okay, has anybody else had issues?
I solved my
With link.
issue.
oh,
Okay,
good.
good.
Because I had to, as soon as I did insert F7 to get the
Mhm.
links to come up, I had, I guess, gone from that was concerned about, and I had to say yes to let it do certain kind of links. So yes, I'm
Oh.
okay now. It's something to do with
Okay.
my computer, I guess, was new and I hadn't done something.
Right, it wanted to know whether you wanted to allow Word to take you to that link
Yeah,
outside of Word. And that may be Linda's issue too. It's possible.
It is. Did it, but it opened the link for you, Louise?
Yep. I double
Okay.
checked because I went over, I did the alt tab around to double
Mhm.
check, and yes, it did. So I
Okay.
made sure.
Excellent.
So yeah, we solved my problem.
Hey, yay.
It works
did.
it works in the email.
Okay.
Okay.
The links
Okay.
work in the
So I
email.
would suggest that if you're looking for links, don't use up and down arrow, use tabs, if that's what you're looking for, or bring up a list of them.
So that tab will work in the email as well?
Yes. Oh
Yep.
yeah, it'll work better than in the Word document
Mm-hmm.
for whatever
Oh,
reason.
yes, it does.
And interestingly, Linda, in Monday Morsels, when I tell people about if they're moving, it even says you can, if you don't want to use tab and shift tab to find links, you can do this instead. So I actually had that in there.
Okay, I don't know if I've got my, oops, I don't know if I've got my mic on or not.
You do.
You do.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Well, the reason is because I'm using it rather than trying to go to the other computer. I'm using a button on my Yeti microphone to turn it on.
Okay.
Anyway, so whether I have quick keys on or quick keys off doesn't matter. The tab doesn't work in the Word document.
Okay, that's something that's that is probably a problem between JAWS and probably NVDA too, because it wasn't doing it for me either. But it should it with quick keys off, your tab will insert tab stops, and
Yes.
it'll move whatever line you're sitting on. It will move it over and over and over. So and I'm sure it's doing that when you don't have quick keys on. But when quick keys are on, it should move you from link to link, but it's not, it doesn't seem to be working. And don't stress about it, just use
Okay.
the email and it will work in the email.
Oh yeah, the email.
So I'm just looking at,
And when I go,
sorry.
when I'm in the Word document and I have quick keys off, it does not say tab or anything when I press the
It
tab.
will if you arrow use your arrows to move back. Wherever you put a tab, it'll say tab. If you use your left arrow from where you are, if you press the tab and you left arrow, it'll say, should say
Yeah.
tab.
Yeah, it's because unless you have your tab key speaking, it will not say tab.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
And JAWS has a specific setting that says, do you want your tab keys and function keys speaking when you hit them? And most people turn those off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
So-
looking at the instructions at the very beginning of the email that says how to navigate through.
Mm-hmm.
And the instructions there are actually what we just did with the, like, you don't use insert Z in the email.
Well, I didn't put that in. I'm going to add it for next
Yeah,
week.
I would add it and say that this is for navigating through the Word document, and then this is how you do it with, yeah. I think because it's confusing as to which instructions go with which.
Well, the insert Z can go with both. But the other commands, well, that's
But you don't
actually
need to
doesn't-
do insert Z in the email in order to navigate with H.
No. In
No.
fact, if you
And
do
it-
it,
Yeah,
in
well,
the
that's
email,
true.
it
Yes,
turns
you're
it
right.
And
off.
it looks like
Sorry.
you do according to these instructions, that's all.
Okay,
So,
I'll fix
Have a look
them.
at them again, Diane. I think you'll see what I'm
Yeah, I will.
getting at. Yeah.
This newsletter is a constant flux.
Well, I'm sure it is. And it's, you do put an awful lot into it and it is appreciated. Every time I read it, I think, oh my goodness, she must be
One
up
thing
half
I
the
wanna-
night.
Ask, I do actually. One thing I want to ask, do people ever use the find command to find the stars? Because if not, I'm taking them out.
Find the
I've never
what?
known how to do it properly, so.
I don't know how to do it in an email. If you do
To
it
find-
right, like if I
in
do
the
Control
Word doc-
F, it thinks I'm trying to forward something.
No,
Yeah.
it's JAWS
F-
find. It's not
Yeah.
Control F. In
think
NVDA,
it's
it's Control Insert F. But if
think
you do that,
Insert
outside,
F3 in JAWS.
yeah.
I think.
So you know what?
Okay, what is
That's
it? Oh,
probably a no.
F3. Yeah, okay. No,
Can,
I don't
can you
think,
tell me, what are you finding?
There's stars for every, after the little blurb, starting with the technology section, everything's labeled star 1, star 2, star 3.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So if a person could only use and it wouldn't work in the email, Control F, because that's the forward command.
No, it's
Yeah.
I think
Control
it's
F.
insert F3 in JAWS, I think.
I wouldn't use it.
Okay, because otherwise I'm going to take them out and all the numbers because it's a pain because they have to be put in manually, and if nobody's using them.
Well, the numbers are good though, Diana. I think the
Mm.
numbers
the
are
numbers are
good.
useful,
Yeah.
But if you
finding it
don't,
that way doesn't seem to work.
yeah.
Yeah, I
If you
think the
don't have
numbers,
the star with the number, then any other thing in that thing that has a number, you'll find it, not just the articles. That's
No,
why I
but
put
people
them in.
don't use the numbers for finding. They use them to keep track of whether they've missed
where they are.
something.
Yep.
Where
Yeah.
you are in
So,
it, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And-
okay,
and
no,
you know,
I
you
can
might-
leave the numbers, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
leave the
you might
numbers.
remember that was number 5. So when you go
Yeah.
back to it to look at
Yeah.
it again, you just go look for number 5 and you find it again quickly.
Yes.
So it's an easy way. Yeah, I would leave it. I like the numbers, but the star doesn't have to be there.
Oh, I can take those out. And I don't start doing it till I get to the main part, like where I do all the happenings and stuff. I don't put them there. Just
Mhm.
when I start with the technology piece and then through the government and through the AEBC happenings and
Mhm.
others, whatever, partners and friends. There is a really good webinar on Thursday, guys, if you're interested
I'm
in.
already registered.
Oh, good.
What?
In
What? What? Okay.
Is that the one about Outlook? The
Yes,
new
Yeah,
Outlook.
it's about using
Yeah.
Outlook New with JAWS.
You know
Yeah,
what? Oh,
yeah.
I'm Thursday. I know where I am. I hope that's gonna be recorded. I could go back and listen to it.
It will
Well,
be.
they always record them. Yeah.
who's doing this? I have,
Freedom
JAWS, the
Scientific.
Sparrow. Yeah.
oh,
So,
that's right. Again, I booked a doctor's appointment because I had to rebook it because of the snow out here.
Oh, yes.
so I hadn't noticed Outlook was different. Is this
No,
something that's
I-
going to happen, or is it,
The-
has it
there's a-
happened? They're
They've
saying the
been
new
making some
Outlook, is it that
changes.
different? So,
It's,
I,
yes. You're now using Classic, and it probably will tell you that you're using Classic. New is more web-based, and right now it's
oh, is
not
that the one you're
the
going to have to
most.
pay more for?
No,
Oh.
no, it's a new Outlook that they're trying to roll out. It's been out for 6, 7 months now, and there are still, I think, accessibility issues, but obviously Vispero has found workarounds. So it could be interesting, not that I plan to use it until I absolutely have to.
Same here.
Well,
Me
I
too.
don't want to learn something that I don't have on my computer yet. I
Well,
won't
then
remember
don't,
it.
then,
Don't
then
go.
don't
Don't
go.
go.
You
Okay.
will get it, you will get it in 2029 because they're gonna stop supporting
gosh,
Outlook
well.
Classic.
Yeah, and
Oh.
by that,
Then I'll
by
take
that
it and
Find out then what's going on.
Well,
and by
that's
that
fine, yeah.
point, JAWS will change and everything will change. So,
Mhm.
if you're not using it now, don't go.
Yeah,
That would
Okay.
be my
unless you're interested in.
Yeah,
No,
unless you're
no,
curious.
don't need to learn something that I can't put into practice right away.
Oh, you can put it into practice. Every once in a while, you'll get a message on your computer. Do you want to upgrade to Outlook New? And
The
you
answer
probably,
Well,
is
no, but I mean, yeah, no, I don't upgrade to anything new until it's tried and true.
Okay,
I'm-
all right. So now that we've diverted down that
We
little
have,
rabbit
sorry.
hole, is there anything else that we've missed that would make navigating this kind of email? And honestly, there are a lot of newsletters are basically the same idea as this.
Mhm.
So a lot of them use headings, not all, but there are quite a few that do. And if they do, then you can move from section to section, and the same way that you would in what in our Monday morsels, Tuesday tidbits. So these are skills that you can use everywhere, on every website. Same, if they have a heading hierarchy, you can move through a website and it'll tell you how good the website is. If you come across a heading level 1 that isn't really the main content and really isn't the main thing that you should be learning from that place.
Or it tells
So
you there are no headings. That's even
yeah,
worse.
exactly. Yeah, then you're really in deep doo-doo and you have to arrow down through the whole blasted website or make it
Right.
read the whole thing. And so, okay, so I'll ask again. So, is there anything that we've missed in everybody's estimation? Is there anything that we that 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 you still need, that you're still feeling concerned with? I don't care what it is.
Nope, I just have to go away and write these things down.
Okay. Pat, how are you doing? Have you conquered Monday morsels, Tuesday tidbits?
She has to press her mic button.
If you're talking, we're not hearing you.
And one person we haven't heard from while
Rita.
Pat's doing that is
Oh.
Marie.
Right, Marie, you came in, I don't know when.
About halfway through.
Okay. So I'm not sure where we were at that point. But Marie, is there anything that we can help you with? Okay, whoever's counting, I can hear that.
Mhm.
She must be muted because normally when Marie's in,
Yeah, usually we can hear her JAWS, yes.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
NVDA, she uses
Or
NVDA.
Oh, the
NVDA,
NVDA,
sorry.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, okay.
Hey, I'm back at the computer. I'm so sorry. I just
All
had
right.
to stay away for a minute.
Okay, so you might have missed my question, which was, are you okay? Have we helped you have we helped you with Monday morsels, Tuesday tidbits? Have you what did I say? I can't even remember the word
Are
I
you
used.
able
Oh,
to
but-
navigate the document, basically?
Yeah, I followed you all the way there.
Okay.
Excellent.
That.
Great. And that's all website stuff, Pat. So that will help you navigating any website, because basically these little emails with headings are miniature websites.
Mm-hmm.
So you can transfer those skills to website navigation.
And tab and shift tab definitely work on a website once you're in an area where you want to move from link to link, if you want to do it that way.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're
Definitely.
designed for.
Yeah, when the website is coded properly.
Well, yes, that is true.
That
All right. Rita, are you good? Is there
I
anything?
am, yeah. The only thing I couldn't make a link work from the Word document. I can do it in the email.
I don't think any
No
of us
problem.
could.
Okay, so then
I got mine to work. Louise got an error message asking if she was sure that she wanted probably Microsoft Office to allow this link to work. So the next time you hit a link, that may be the reason. And actually, you may have there may have been a time when you were asked that question and you accidentally said no. And so
okay.
you may need to go into the options of Word, look under Advanced, look under Trust Center, and look under Accessibility. Those would be the three places where they might talk about links. And there may be something in there that you've accidentally disabled the ability, the permission of Microsoft Office to allow a link to open.
Yeah. The other thing I just realized that it was in protected view because I opened the
That's
document
why.
that was
That,
in there.
and
That
you know
might have
what,
done it.
Linda? That may be your problem too.
Oh,
That
what?
is exactly, yes. I
Brilliant, Rita.
turned that off and let everything open in. But then
Right.
I'm careful about what I open.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Linda,
Okay.
Yeah.
if you want, when you open the document, if you hit Insert T, if you didn't hear it the first time, if you hit Insert T, it should tell you what view that document is in. And if it's in protected view, then no, links will not work. And
So
yeah,
I'm just gonna go and close the document and open it again and see
yeah.
what's going on.
Did you open it from the email? Or did
That's
Well,
you
what
yeah,
I
just
that's
did.
save
Yeah,
it?
that's what I
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, and that's a very good point,
And I
Rita.
think is it Control F6 or Shift F6 that you can go into and put it in edit view.
Or Alt F-I-E.
I never remember those, but yeah.
The Alt F-I-E is one of those commands that if I hear protected, I'm already doing it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I turned mine off, and I know that's dangerous, but I turned it off in the
Turn
Word
mine off
option.
too. Yeah, I turned mine off too.
Yeah, okay.
So yes, if you unprotect a document, then
Okay.
everything should work better and you may be able to get your links to work
Mm-hmm.
from the document.
Okay, you said Alt F-I-E, right?
Yeah, so Alt F first to go to
Yeah.
the file menu.
Yeah.
And it may
okay.
land on info. If it does, then just hit E and
Mhm.
hopefully that will unprotect it. And it may
Right,
make
okay.
a noise.
Okay.
Mine makes little noises. I
Great.
installed
Okay.
the sound and
Okay.
and
Thanks.
then you should be able to do your insert Z again and then find your link and it should open.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't even think of that protected view. I wish we had at the beginning. We would have gotten
Yeah.
further, I think.
You know what? There are so many little things that you can't remember them all.
No.
And sometimes like more heads are always better than one, in my opinion. And so we got there. We got there late, but we got there.
But you know, protective view, you know, I've turned it off on my old computer, and yes, if you know where you're going, if you don't know, you know, if you know where you're going, it's easy. But if you don't, and you're like, what do we, you know, I never even thought to turn it back on. You know, I guess you can.
Yeah, you can make
Yeah, you can.
You can make it open attachments in protected view.
So it
I've got to
says
go see where mine stands.
Tuesday tidbits read only.
Yep, you're in protected view.
Is that protected? Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
where do I have to go? Where do I have to go?
So if you try Alt F as in file,
Alt F, right?
and you should hear file. And if it says info already, then you just need to do E for edit.
Didn't do I in the middle.
Yeah, if it sits on info, if it lands, sometimes when you do
What do
Alt
I
F,
want to? Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it again. Alt F.
yeah.
Home.
Okay, so hit I.
Read only document needs attention. Info.
So hit E.
Oh, nothing.
Okay, then tab, and you'll find that read-only document needs attention thing.
What am I looking for? Sorry, it's yakking in my ear.
You're listening for something that's talking about the read-only state of the document.
Okay, and okay, the first thing didn't say that. So do I arrow?
No, tab.
Oh, tab again. Alert, read only document, save as.
Okay, so tab once and see if there's a checkbox or an unchecked box.
Protect document group.
Oh,
Protect
okay,
document.
okay. If you tab, I just did 2 tabs and it says enable editing.
That's what you're looking
Is
for.
that what I'm
Enable
looking for?
editing.
Okay.
So Alt F and then I for info.
Yeah, and then
And then I did tab twice, but it, you know, you may have to do more tabs. I don't know, but it just said then enable editing.
And now
That's
if
what you
you
want to
do
get to.
insert Z and your tabs, it should work.
I got lost in the tangled in the ribbons. So let's try this again.
Yeah.
Let's see.
so
I think we can turn off the recording at this point.
can we? Is everybody? Yeah, now we're talking about other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think that's important for people to have that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
If-
You're right. It is there though, Louise. It's mentioned in the recording. We hadn't turned it off yet.
I think
I
it's
got
important.
to the read only document needs attention. Then I tab from there.
yeah.
No, I'm not getting enable anything.
Okay, I'm going to turn off the recording.
Wait, try
I could-
Shift Tab and see if you get back to it. Not Alt Tab, but Shift.
protect document submenu.
Okay, so arrow down, so open that up.
Right
Enter?
arrow. No,
Right
Or just arrow?
Yeah, right
Ri-
arrow.
Right arrow?
Yeah, and then down arrow.
Inspect document group, check for issues. Version history. No, this is the same stuff that Tab was saying.
Okay, then we'll come back to that. So shift tab back to that menu and try a space bar on it.
Sorry. I don't know what I'm going back to.
All right, you know
I'll
what?
start it all again.
Okay,
Okay.
but
I'm
this
gonna
is,
leave you guys. I gotta go
Yeah.
shopping.
I'm
Okay.
gonna turn off recording because this is outside of
Yeah.
the scope of the training. So I'm just gonna just wait a minute.
Yep.
Turn off.